Good evening. Sorry, as you can tell, I'm really nervous. But before I start, I really want to say thank you to Colleen and Elise really for helping me preparing the speech in the weeks of preparing it and your dedication and commitment. I really appreciate it. Can you hear me? Okay. And I want to thank Lauren as well and Alana and the whole MPF staff in choosing me to be the keynote speaker. It is an honor and a privilege. And to all of you that are attending today, thank you for being a supporter of MPF. It truly means a lot, and I hope that my story that I share with you resonates with you, and that it resonates with you, and commit you to donate, because we need the funds. So, I want to introduce myself, not by name first, but with this statement. I am a legacy of MPF. The seeds that MPF has planted in my life for the past 10 years has sprouted, and is a contributing factor to the young woman I am. I stand here humble and excited to share my story of how MPF has had an impact on my life. My name is Christina Arecy, and I am a current Mass Promise Fellow serving at Breakthrough Greater Boston. Breakthrough is a 6-year intensive tuition-free college access and academic enrichment program for middle and high school students, meant to support students with succeeding in college and train the next generation of urban education teachers. When I was asked to speak, the first question that came to mind was, how do I share parts of my life to demonstrate MPF's impact? After several moments of reflection, I came to this conclusion. The impact of MPF speaks for itself. I am just the messenger. My very first encounter with Mass Promise Fellows was as a soccer player with Boston Scores. There, I met Megan Jackman, who I keep in touch with occasionally, and who opened my eyes to new experiences. For example, my first soccer game at Gillette Stadium, college visits in the Boston area, and my first and only Bruins game. I often talk about my relationship as a young person, served by another Mass Promise Fellow, Stephanie Lubin, she's actually right there, who I met in high school through the Boston Student Advisory Council, also known as BSAC. BSAC is a program co-administered by Youth on Board and the Office of Engagement of Boston Public Schools, where students advocate for, educate others on, and protect student rights. 8 years ago, her service with MPF has landed us in the same place at the same time, and since then, Stephanie has been my mentor. When I realized both programs, Boston Scores and BSAC, were MPF host sites, my first reaction was, what? Gosh, MPF again? Why are they following me around? I may slightly be exaggerating, per se, but seriously, it was not a coincidence. The 5 promises that MPF uphold is what I sought and received as a young person that wanted to be shielded from obstacles occurring at home, at school, and in my neighborhood. MPF, through Boston Scores and Megan, managed to lay the foundation for me to be impacted. Growing up, I looked for ways to make a difference. And when a high school teacher suggested that I join BSAC, I was reluctant at first because my friends did not want to join. I attended the first meeting, and while I enjoyed it, the key that kept me coming back was Stephanie Lubin. Stephanie was real, Stephanie did not play, and Stephanie was about her business and meant it. Stephanie always asked me questions about my home and about myself. She got to know me because she cared not for the sake of reporting. She connected me to opportunities that she felt would enhance my growth as a young person. Stephanie was the person that encouraged me to perform a poem piece at a sorority luncheon, despite telling myself, I don't think I can, I'm not good enough. She always refuted my doubts, asking and saying things like, why? You can and you will. I did not have to pretend with her. She asked tough questions and she was honest. She was consistent and reliable. 2 events come to mind, my high school graduation and my baptism. Around the same time that I graduated, Stephanie also graduated from MPF. She showed up to my graduation because she wanted to see me cross the stage. Later that same year, I invited Stephanie to my baptism. And for those that are not familiar, at Haitian churches, it is hours and hours of songs, worship, and music. And through all of that, she stayed and watched me cross the stage again. My relationship with Stephanie and my learnings for our relationship was a major influence in becoming a fellow this year. She told me in 2013 that she could see me becoming a fellow one day, and here I am today. And so I must admit, when I graduated from college, I thought I had my plans down packed. However, after applying to multiple positions and being rejected with the classic line, "You have great potential, but we decided on another candidate," I had to do some self-reflection, and I did. I came back around to Stephanie's idea to apply to MPF, which I rejected many times. There is a Haitian proverb that my late aunt used to repeat, which is "Shita pabai," meaning sitting around does not give or get you anywhere. I truly love advocacy work, being on the grounds, delivering service, and engaging in social justice-related issues. When I realized this, I submitted my application to MPF and told Stephanie she was right all along. Before I submitted my application, I called MPF because I had a couple of questions. Colleen answered and immediately said, "Your voice sounds very familiar." Just so you mentioned. After several exchanges, Colleen and I realized that I was the young person in the video for many years for MPF. It surprised me that although many years have passed, MPF had not forgotten me, the doer, the dreamer, the achiever, and the leader, despite my zip code and the barriers. I cannot escape my calling or the community and the family that MPF provides. I have yearned for this in my life. At my current host site, Breakthrough, I serve at Tech Boston Academy, which is the high school that I attended. As the student support coordinator, I work closely with students, providing academic mentoring and supporting students in exploring college and career opportunities. My work with young people keeps me sane and grounded. I am reminded every day of the assets that our youth have, and I am not their savior. I provide support, empowerment, and a safe place for them. My favorite and most impactful part of this experience are the one-on-one with students. I meet with them where they are, not try to change them, or invalidate their concern, struggles, or achievements. I value all my interactions, from the mentee that brought her grade from an F to a C, the ones that need support finding jobs, internship, or extracurricular activities, to the ones that need an ear to listen. I share my story not as a lesson, but as an example of the opportunity that MPF provides and offers. They invest in fellows, empower fellows, and train fellows to empower those they serve. I stand confidently saying, I do not know where my life would have been without MPF, and I do not want to know. There are two things that I want to close off with. First, I want you to know that when you invest in MPF, you invest in the program and the lives of others. And that return on investment extends for a lifetime. The second, I urge you to ask the following questions for yourself. How are you going to use your time to be socially responsible? What will it take for you to invest in MPF and programs like it? My story is my story, and I can only speak for myself. And what I know is that there are countless young people that are already empowered but need an opportunity to know and see and be given an opportunity to reach their potential, just as MPF has for me. So I just want to say thank you.